Right, I'm going to show you how I do my dragon's eyes. All I start with is literally these glass pebbles, and then I have got some around here somewhere that I've already done. I don't know whether you'll be able to pick this up properly or not, but they're pretty easy to do. What you want to do first is, I've actually got everything ready today, which is a surprise for me. I'm never organised. Those who know me, yeah, I'll probably find something that I've forgotten along the way. Right, you want to start off with the black pupil. Just using a tiny brush. This is, oh god, it's worn away. I've used it so much. I think it's called a script brush, and it's lit so small. There we go. Right, I'm just going to paint on the flat part of the eye, or of the pebble. Sorry I'm not doing this on camera, but my eyesight's pretty appalling, so just do basic sort of dragon eye split. If it'll stay on. All I'm using is very cheap, ready mixed school acrylic paint. That's all that is. You can get all the professional stuff and all that, but I do find though it does take a good couple of coats to get this right. Yeah, for some reason it's not working very well today. Let's dip the brush right in there. Hopefully I'll get it working, looking good. Right, I'll just pause this and then I'll come back to it and show you. Right, I've done 3. I just need to wait for them to dry now. They do take a good 15-20 minutes to dry. You could use a heat gun to dry them, but I like to let them dry naturally because sometimes a heat gun can crack the paint. We'll come back in a little while and I'll show you the next step. Right, they've been drying for about 15 minutes now. They are totally dry. Next thing to do is add a little bit of detail to the eye. You don't, with eyes, they're not just one colour, they're a mixture of flecks and different things. So what I'm going to do today is the same with this one. See flecks of silver in there against the blue. One of my other ones. Let's have a look. There we go. There's flecks of gold in that against red. So today I'm going to do flecks of silver against purple. I think it might look a bit nice. Right. Again with this very fine scribing brush. The silver paint that I've got, again, is just acrylic. It's by Crafty Black. Cost me £2 at a place that we've got here called The Works. That's not bad. Does what it's supposed to do. Right, now with this, you want to go around the outside of your pupil as well. Let's do the flecks. It doesn't matter if you go over the black, because it's not going to be seen on the other side. So I'll try and do this on camera. It actually takes quite a bit of paint. You'll have to excuse if you can hear digger noise in the background. We've actually got a building site now behind us. It used to be an old allotment, but the allotment site sold it off. Oh, I think there was about 30 plots on that one, and someone's bought it and they've decided they're going to build 14 houses on it. God knows how they're going to get 14 houses on it, because personally I don't think the site is big enough. Right, there we go. And on the other side, still needs a little bit of a touch up. Only about around the bottom area because there's not much there. So do that now. My hands aren't extremely steady, but it doesn't really matter. There's a bit of individuality to each one. That's a big word for me. There you go, it's slowly getting there. Hopefully you can see that okay. Needs a little bit more bottom left hand side by the looks of it. Let me have a quick look at that. A bit on the other side now. You'll have to excuse me, I'm doing this off camera. I should have really done this morning, because our front room window, the craft room, is facing, so it gets the sun in the morning and it seems rather dark in the afternoon. Right. There we go. Now all you want to do now, let me just rinse my brush off a little bit. I don't want it too gunked up with paint for this next bit. I just want to get a tiny bit of paint on the tip and then just literally do little tiny flecks going from the centre outwards. They won't notice too much unless you take a very close look, but I like to have these little bits of detail in there. When you're doing the flecks, you want to do it like wheel spokes. You don't want to just do one. You don't want to do it that way all the way down or all the way up. You want to do it radiating from the middle. Just got my little artist palette here. Little cheap thing, got out of the pound shop. Do some little flecks in between. Most of these, like I said, you won't be able to see a lot of it, but I like adding these little tiny bits of detail. Right, there we go, that's that one done. I'll do these other two and then I'll get back to you. Right, there we go, that's those three done. Just give them about 5 minutes to dry, make sure that metallic is totally dry. Hopefully you can see those okay. Okay, if I face it towards the light you can see it better. There's that one. All basically the same. Little flecks of silver. Right, I'll be back in a little while and we'll do the last stage of this part of the dragon's eye. So see you in a bit. Well, it's only been about 5 minutes and they seem to be dry now. I've just mixed a little bit of this metallic acrylic paint. Got it at the pound shop. It's a nice deep purple colour, but I wanted it a little tiny bit lighter. So I tried it with a little bit of silver. It didn't seem to change much colour, so I added a little bit of white paint there. Just a cheap one. It's actually a school paint, but it's worked. It's given me the colour I want. This is the colour just here. Excuse me. Yeah, these are dry now, so I can start painting the backs. You want to go carefully because it can flake underneath the paint. So what I tend to do is I get a nice paintbrush full and just start dabbing it on. Try not to actually brush it on because, like I said, that can actually break the paint underneath. So just dab it on gently. Don't need to worry about going right over the edge because that's going to be covered with clay, so no one's really going to see it. I do the whole of the back because it gives more of a coat into the black. That way, if you have missed a tiny bit of the black, it doesn't really matter. This is a bit that takes a while. Got to have patience for this. I mean, yeah, I could just pick it up, dip it in the paint, but nah. Makes an awful mess that way. Right, I'll get on with this. And then once again, I'll come back to you and show you the end result. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until they're dry and then show you. What I could do, actually what I'll do is I'll do these, come back to you, and then we'll start on the actual construction of the eye part. Hold on a second. I've got one here prepared. I prepared earlier. What I'll do is I'll show you how I actually do the clay and everything else around it once I've done these. So I'll see you in a bit.